How you wanna be a G? You ain't built like that. Wanna flex? You ain't built like that. Wanna stunt? You ain't built like that. Wanna floss? You ain't built like that. How you wanna be a G? You ain't built like that. Wanna flex? You ain't built like that. Wanna stunt? You ain't built like that. Wanna floss? You ain't built like that. You ain't built like that.
Hello, welcome to Shay Speaks. I'm your host, Shay. So today, I guess this could be a personal development video. So actually started going back to church. I remember I told you in my first introduction video that I wanted to start reading the Bible every morning. So I've actually done it for 2 days straight. I found this 100-day Bible, app. So you read certain scriptures every day, and then the Bible will be read in 100 days. And I also committed to my devotional. If you want that information, just drop it down in my comments and I'll send you the link for that. I'll post it. And I started going to a Bible study on Wednesdays at a church that's in my town. New church, well, not new church, like I've never really gone there though that frequently. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about something that I learned when I was there. It was so interesting. So first and foremost, when I walked in, I feel like the pastor was really speaking to my heart. He started talking about people not living up to different expectations or living up to the expectations of themselves. And I feel like I had struggled with that and have been struggling with that recently. So I'm going to be reading out of the New Living Translation version of the Bible. And so I'm just going to share something that really made me go, ooh. So it's the story of Jesus walked on water, and it's in Matthew 13 verses 22 to 33. Immediately after this, Jesus insisted that his disciples get back into the boat and cross the other side of the lake while he sent the people home. After sending them home, he went up into the hills by himself to pray. Night fell while he was there alone. Meanwhile, the disciples were in trouble far away from the land, for a strong wind had risen and they were fighting heavy waves. About 3 o'clock in the morning, Jesus came toward them walking on the water. When the disciples saw him walking on the water, they were terrified. In their fear, they cried out, "It's a ghost!" But Jesus spoke to them at once. "Don't be afraid," he said. "Take courage, I am here." Then Peter called out to him, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you walking on the water." "Yes, come out," Jesus said. So then Peter went over the side of the boat and walked on the water towards Jesus. But when he saw the strong wind and the waves, he was terrified and began to sink. "Save me, Lord," he shouted. Jesus immediately reached out and grabbed him. "You have so little faith," Jesus said. "Why did you doubt me?" When they climbed back into the boat, the wind stopped and the disciples worshipped him. "You really are the Son of God," they exclaimed. So I've heard that story ever since I was a kid and went to church, right? And the part that they always really talk about is how Peter took his eyes off Jesus and he fell. And it's we can't take our eyes off God. God will always be focused. And when I went Wednesday, it just blew my mind what he said. He spoke about how, yes, Peter took his eyes off God, but he was the only one that got out the boat. And I was just like, what? Truth. So much truth in that statement. And I feel like that we have to recognize that even with ourselves. Yes, you might have just taken your eyes off Jesus. Yes, you might have strayed away from your path, but you got out the boat. Everybody else still on the boat. I don't know if there are 12 disciples, right? 12. That means any single one of them could have been like, "God, you know what? I'm going to take a step out too. Or I'm going to take a step out." But they all let Peter do it. And I feel like that is very important to mention, because I feel like a lot of us sometimes are so stuck in what we have, messed up on, or that we took our eyes off the prize, took our eyes off the plan, or that, we weren't being as focused as we thought we were, but you still had the courage to take a step out. You know what? You might have slipped up, you might have looked away, but that doesn't, make you wrong. And in fact, to be honest, I personally feel like it shows how much faith you did have by just taking that simple step. And even though, like I said, I've heard it many times, it is true. We do take our eyes off God. I feel like, and what I'm starting to learn is so many times we hesitate, and with hesitation, we allow doubt to kick in because we secretly don't realize it, but we are afraid of the light inside of us more than the darkness. We are more afraid of the good that we can do, So that's just a little something I wanted to let you know, because I feel like it really helped me. Like I said, this is the New Living Translation. Purple is my favorite color, so I ordered this off Amazon, and I just encourage you all to, you know, maybe meditate that a little bit. Some of you might feel like you're not living up, like myself, to the expectations that you're supposed to, but just know that never take your eyes off God, and that He is guiding you. And when He calls your name to take a step out on that water, even if you slip up, even if you fall, even as hard as it might seem, you know, as hard as it is to not look back, just keep going forward. And even if you look back and you fall, listen, you got out the boat, and that's a lot more than some people can say. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm Shay. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to, you know, drop that comment in the comment section. And looking forward to speaking with y'all soon. Have a great day.